All right, good afternoon, Josh TV followers. It is a windy December 2nd. It's a little bit in between right now. That's kind of got things done out here, was just wait for the blusteries to pass and then get my twist locks and other things done. And one piece is not to my liking, so it's going back to the shop. Put it on the screen stretcher. And then up here trying to template the brow. That was an experience. You get halfway done and then the breeze kicks up again, as you can see by the way things are wagging around. It's a little windy, but we got it done. We're gonna go over to the over to A dock to the houseboat out there and see if I can get her new gate templated as well. But it's deteriorating fast. I mean, it's just getting too much to even be out here trying to make templates. When you make patterns or templates in the wind, nothing ever turns out well. Also, he was supposed to get out here and finish this railing. These railings fold down flat so that the I-beam turns sideways across the boat and he can launch the boat. But he was supposed to finish, there's supposed to be a post here to clamp that to, and right now the screens are what's keeping the railing from wanting to fold down onto the floor. So I pushed the little paddle board up there and paddle boat, pelican boat, and the chair up just to give it a little reinforcement. And then we called the boat owner and let them know they need to get out here and check their vessel and check out the new screens. Like I said, one panel's going back to the shop. The other one here, I'm just going to leave it rolled up because with all the wind, it's really going around. I'm afraid it's going to get ripped. So we're just going to put it in the roll-up mode, and the other one's got a nice firm attachment. Going to go down and put the modified piece on the bow and get out of here. I am hungry. It's lunchtime. I want to thank you for following along. Well, good morning, Josh TV followers. And it's a beautiful Wednesday out here at Lake Mead Marina. We're back here on the Alabaster Boat, and we're putting the finishing touches on it. Here we have the rear assembly, and our thinking here was the gate is going to be zipped and unzipped quite often, so the slider's going to wear out long before the zippers or the screen itself, even though the setting sun does sweep this. I mean, this sun just the back of the boat will get blasted with setting sun. But still, the zipper slider is what's going to fail first. So if that needs to be replaced, if they had to unzip all the way to the ceiling, that would be very inconvenient, and then have to unzip across. And then furthermore, her son went and put, you can see the rope light, and that was the end of the loop, because of course you can't go out any farther. That's where the staircase goes down. So the railing is right here. So they just turned around and went back. Well, that kind of screwed the pooch on me having one zipper all the way across. But then it kind of worked out in the end, because now if this gate panel wants or has to be removed for repair, when it comes down, all the sliders are attached to the panels. Nothing is attached to the one above. And then furthermore, it's attached to the splice piece and not the ketter. So if the one on this piece goes bad, the ketter can stay put, as it is all the way around the boat. The slider is always on the panel, never on the ketter. So that's the back half of the boat. We'll be wrapping that up. And then here again, because we're all twist locks, common sense fasteners, we're using the red chalk just to mark their positions. Luckily there was no wind whatsoever. You can see it's just giving me a little taste of breeze right now, but when I got here it was dead calm. Very nice morning out here. So now I get to take this piece and that goes up there, but just with snaps. There's no reason to put twist locks on it. If the I told them that would be the really good. If the winds are stout enough to pull that off of there, it would be nice to have something that would give way first before everything got started, you know, tearing to shreds. Was to give it some place to blow out and a couple of snaps to come loose and act as a vent before it starts ripping the ceiling tiles off and the screens apart and the rails off and everything else. Because boy, when the winds get kicking, it's a beautiful slip. Look at the scenery off this side of the boat. Just beautiful. But when the weather gets coming down that mountain, whoo-wee, this boat has broken loose twice that I know of. I've only been here 5 years, but this boat has broken loose twice. So it's overtide now. But anyway, I digress. Back to the task at hand. The back is finished. I've got to get it pulled down before the wind gets kicked up any worse, because I am stapled to the zipper on the number 8 port, number 8 starboard. That's just stapled to that zipper to make that line. It's a little bit of a taper going down. So let's get those in the bag and then we can start working on the front. Thanks for following along. Well, good morning, Josh TV followers. Kind of a gloomy, windy day down here at Lake Mead Marina. As we look upwind, now this is the way the wind will normally be coming. If you follow that mountain on around the corner, that's where you find Hoover Dam. So there are some tremendous storms that will come down, pretty bodacious winds that come down off that mountain. And this boat is a shelter for the harbor, so to speak, because there's the harbor right there. So it's going to get tested, but we finished it up today. I'm not going to put the rest of the stuff on. They still haven't been out here to fix the railing, so I know it fits. That up there is kind of flapping around, but that will zip to the other. Same on this side. It's got a little bit of flappy in the wind, but the other one comes up and zips right to it and forms the corner. There are some pieces I doubt they'll ever take off, but there it is. Got the piece up top, everything zipped to it. And again, that way if any of these sliders ever fail, they come off with the piece. Nothing stays on the ketter. And then up here up top, the ketter is ready to receive number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. We did sew an extension onto number 5. Hopefully they're okay with it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just one little seam, because I do not have enough of this left to make a replacement. We bid it right exactly the yardage we needed. It's spendy stuff, so we didn't want to overcharge them and have a bunch left. But it's shrinking up nice on this side. Over the summer, these will tighten up even more, and then the other side as well when the sun starts to bake them. And the front is doing really well. I don't see any tears, and that's really where you'll see them, is right here, where the stress point. But the I sewed a little bit into it where it would let it move a little. And it's down below the railing, so it really doesn't get blasted with the wind. But well, again, we found if you tie them to the floor, they make a racket, number 1, and they're going to tear apart, number 2. You got to give them some room to move, just like that. And then when he gets up here and finishes all the tin work, that'll definitely help the situation even more. Had to make him a special bag that was long enough for the all the panels, because we really don't want them to get all pooped on. So that's why I've got all those down. I'm going to take these down. I took some pictures to send off, tell them job is done, bill it, and I'll take these off and put them back in the bag, because I don't want them back there getting all ripped up. if they're there by themselves, that is bound to happen. So now it's over to the little houseboat over on A dock. We'll pick it up there. Well, good afternoon, Josh TV followers. We got Mr. Duck down here that wanted to chime in. But here we are at Las Vegas Boat Harbor. A couple more ducks to see what the commotion is. And we are back on Low and Slow, in which we put a fly bridge, bimini top, and screen enclosure. And now we're back to do the aft lower deck. So the first order of business on this big old bayliner was to get some ketter up. Somebody had strung some rope lights, so we had some of the holes. But we went ahead and pulled all the screws out and set in all brand new stainless with the Flexi-Rail and the ketter rope. And now we have everything marked. There's the aft. And then if I come here, there's a split, and that's right here where the gate is. And then if we go forward, that is the port side. Arrow faces forward, or arrow points forward. But there's that step where you go down to the gunnel to go out to the front of the boat, and that's where that line comes in, because that's where we'll end that panel. And then that will have a big smile in it. Smile from here to the stairs. And then the gate will be its own ketter, its own zipper. It will be easy to come off, because I figure it's going to get a lot of traffic. It will probably get damaged. So I want to make it easily removed. So there it is, all the ketters up. The ketter rope is in and marked. And I'm going to pull it out of there and get on up the hill. I'm hungry. Thank you for following along. Boss's car is here and it needs a bath. Cody! Alright, here we are with the Malibu. And we are getting ready to drill holes in the boat. A little behind schedule. We had to have a meeting about one of the boats out at the lake who's trying to stall. I think she doesn't have the money to pay. So, anyway, we've spaced them out every 8 inches. Got to mark them across the back with nothing more than my ruler, a Sharpie, and some good old painter's tape. And then we'll cue it up and drill some holes in this boat. Alright, Josh TV followers, it is the end of the day. We did get all the snaps in on the Malibu. Took an 8-on center. And we got the canvas cut and sewn together. But the weather's going to be really nice out at the lake on Thursday, so I had to get back on Low and Slow and get the screen enclosure wrapped up so I can go out there. I think Thursday, they said the weather is going to be fabulous. So I need to get all these panels finished and ready to go back out to the lake and get the Dodger panels cut to size and get those ready to go out onto the lake so I can make patterns for the Dodger panels and then put the screens up after I change everything over to twist locks. Right now it's all snaps, and we're going to change it over to twist locks. But I do like to pattern with the snaps to use the quick fit pins. So that was the day. We were working on one boat and then got shifted to the other. But we'll take you along when we head out to the lake. Thanks for following. It's Friday. Salsa Friday. Here is the Malibu with its final cover. It got a snap-on, a cockpit cover, and bow cover. And now it's also getting a full cover that will cover it all the way down to the bottom of the boat anyway. Just because polishing boats sucks. So, same old method, big old slab of canvas, drape it over, trim it, dart it, trim it, dart it, trim it, dart it, until it covers the whole boat. This was 3 wide. We contemplated going 4 wide, but it only needed an extra 16 inches on each side. So to charge him for another full length of the boat, at, you know, $20 a yard, $15-20 a yard, it's not, we were able to patch it together. All right, so what's left on it, I've got to get the chalk out and mark it for reinforcement anywhere it might poke a hole in the canvas, and then trim these up for the zippers, cut that line nice and straight, mark the bottom line of the boat, and I believe it's ready to come off, go to the table. Pick it up there. All right, Just You TV followers, here is the Malibu with its massive 34-yard full boat cover. It also got a snap-on bow and cockpit cover. He gets a free snap tool, and he also gets a storage bag. There's his bow and cockpit cover in its storage bag, and there's a big storage bag for this cover. Like most of my covers, it'll zip up here around the swim step to come undone. So even without a single fastener holding it to the boat, it can't come off the boat. It's cupped on the nose, and it goes up under the swim step, so it's on there to stay. But there it is. We're going to call it a day. Got this one done. Got the screens for low and slow are ready to go back out to the lake. They're in the bag over there. And then there was a little fire pit cover I also kicked out today just because. But it's time to go. Gonna head on home. I want to thank you for following along.